Hey James, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing good. Given the lack of production of some of your veteran receivers, do you think it's time to take a look at some of the younger kids, especially the true freshmen? And with that said, what are the challenges for true freshman receivers playing at this level that the ordinary person may not take into account?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. Yeah, I think we do that every week. We're constantly looking and saying, is there someone that can help us? We do have a lot of confidence in those vets, and I think obviously we feel like they're going to have one of those breakout games, and we feel like that every week. But yeah, is there some young guys that we're looking at? Yeah, I think obviously Justin Shorter had a setback during camp, which kind of slowed his production and experience, being able to gain those reps and those experience in practice. Daniel George has done a really nice job, and Jahan Dotson has done a really nice job. You see some of the other guys getting some reps in complementary roles. For Daniel, he's big, strong, and he's explosive, and he plays that way. For Jahan, he's one of these guys, the game just comes very easy to him. He's a natural football player, and Justin has a lot of ability. But I think your point is a good one. Running routes in high school when you're very rarely going against another Division I athlete, and you may see one, maybe two on a crazy week, maybe three coverages. And then also how those coverages affect your route. So now not only do you have to be able to beat the defender over you physically, but then you also have to know all the nuances in terms of how the routes get adjusted based on certain coverages or pressure or blitz or those types of things. And that time and that chemistry with Trace. I think that's what you've seen a few times this year, where you see Trace go to throw the ball and he pulls it back because he's expecting the guy to run a route differently than the way it was run. So what we're trying to do is kind of a combination of those things, get those guys up to speed, but also be a little bit more consistent with our running backs, receivers, tight ends, in the passing game, because that's obviously an area that we're not probably as explosive or as efficient as we need to be right now.
James, you guys are something like 6 of 31 on